What is up, YouTube? This is DBZ439 coming at you with my first place locals Mathmech deck profile. I'm very excited to showcase you what I have to bring. I truly believe this is the best Mathmech deck in the planet right now. And without any further ado, let's get on with the deck profile, starting off with the main deck. So first off, we play Triple Nabla. Nabla's pretty good. Pretty much you contribute a Cyberse monster to summon a Mathmech card from your deck. And if it gets sent to the graveyard by any means, you can target one extra deck monster zone, Cyberse monster, and it'll be able to attack twice on monsters. So that's pretty good. It's level 4 tutor monsters. And the other level 4 tutor monster we play is Triple Sigma. Sigma's pretty good. Pretty much, if it's in your hand or in your graveyard and you control no monsters in your extra deck, you can special summon for free. However, if you do use this effect, you are locked into Cyberse monsters. And you're locked into Cyberse monsters, and if it leaves the field, it gets banished. But if sometimes you can XYZ summon it, and detach its material, send it to the graveyard, so use it as a follow-up play. So that's pretty good. Moving on, we go ahead and play Double Addition and Double Subtraction. So pretty much they do similar effects to where this card allows you to target one monster in the field, subtract its attack by 1,000, special on this card for free. It also has a similar clause to Sigma to where you're locked into Cyberse as well. And this card can target one face-up monster on the field and gain 1,000 attack, and does the same thing as Subtraction. So these are pretty good extenders, but you don't want to run multiple copies of it because they're hard ones to return. Next we play a Double Multiplication. Pretty much you can target one monster on your side of the field to double its level. And if this card gets sent to the graveyard by any means, you can target an extra deck, a Cyberse monster, and it'll double its attack. So it helps ensure your OTKs. You only need to run 2 of it. You don't want to open multiple copies in your hand because then it'll be a brick. Next we play Double Division. He's another combo extender. Pretty much you can target one extra deck monster that's a Cyberse, distribute it, and special summon a Mathmech card from your hand or graveyard. If this card gets sent to the graveyard, you can target a monster in the field and half its attack. So yeah, it's pretty good. That is it for all the Mathmech monsters, and now moving on, we play the last of the Cyberse. We play Triple Bounce-a-Lord. Bounce-a-Lord is an excellent combo starter. Pretty much on normal summon, you can pay 1,000 life points to do an extra normal summon, and if it gets banished from your graveyard, you can special summon a monster from your hand. So it's really good with the Wicked combo, and I'll explain that later when we get to the extra deck, but it's an excellent card. You tend to want to search this off of Cyanite Mining. And yeah, moving on with the hand traps, to play a Triple Phantasme. Excellent card. I decided to not play Call by the Grave and just play this card instead, just because it's a heavy link format. And being able to sculpt your hand and protect your monsters from cards like Widow Anchor and Imperm is very powerful. It's also an extra body to help ensure your OTK. Next we play the Triple Gamma Seal. Gamma Seal is pretty good. Get rid of a problematic monster, and you want to swing over it with Final Sigma to help with the OTK. Next we play Double Ash and Double Nibiru. So these are the rest of the hand traps I play. Ash is probably the best generic hand trap, and then Nibiru is obviously one of the best board wipers right now. You can dig these with Phantasme. You don't want to run triples of these because you don't want to brick with your hand. You want to open about 2, maybe 3 hand traps, and then the rest are like your Mathmech cards to do your OTK. So that is it for the monster lineup. Now moving on to the spells, we have Triple Cyanite Mining. Believe it or not, I tend to side out a copy of this card just because you don't gain advantage from your discard aside from discarding the Sigma, because then you don't lose advantage technically speaking. But you always want to search your Balancer Lord off this card. It's the only searcher in your deck. Next we play Triple Desires. Desires is good. You want to see it, so that's why you run 3 of it, and just being able to draw 2 help get more cards. It's just really nice. And last up for the 1-0s, we played the 1 Billion Blade, the Mathmech Equation, and the 1 Monster Reborn. So Billion Blade's pretty good. You target a Cyberse monster, and during damage calculation, you can send a Mathmech card from your deck to the graveyard. It gains the attack, and then, if you were to send a card like Multiplication, those cards affect Trigger as well. If this card were to be sent from the field to the graveyard by any means, you can add a Mathmech card from your graveyard to your hand. This card's a Monster Reborn, harder one to return, and then when the card is reborn, it gains 1,000 attack. So that is it for the spells, and now moving on to the traps. It's a very small lineup. We'll play the one Mathmech Super Factorial. Excellent card, especially it helps you go first. So pretty much you can target up to 3 Mathmech cards from your graveyard and special summon them and immediately either Synchro Summon or XYZ Summon. And I'll explain more about this card when I get to the extra deck. And last for the traps, we play Triple Import Perm. One of the best hand traps right now. And also, it's a really good card going first as well because you can set it and then potentially stop a spell trap card. So that's pretty good. And moving on to the side deck, we have double Pankratops. Pankratops really good because it's a free body, it helps ensure your OTKs, gets rid of problematic cards. Like Pankratops is probably one of the best side deck cards right now. Next, we play Triple Lancia to help stop decks like Orcus and Thunder. Then we play Triple Cosmic Cyclone. Now, initially I had Twin Twister, but I cut it for Cosmic Cyclone. The reason is because Twin Twister, you have to discard a card, and you want to keep all the cards in your hand. And Cosmic Cyclone is really good, just getting rid of like one-of cards like Babel, Crescendo. There can only be one. All those cards disrupt your play, so Cosmic Cyclone is pretty good. And next we play, for our traps, we play the one Imperial Order. Now, I tend to go first with this deck against decks like Dragon Links, Pendulums, and Sky Strikers, because those decks are kind of hard to play around. And then I combo it off with Triple Solemn Strike. So a lot of people make you go first sometimes, games 2 or 3. And these cards always are applicable to any matchup. So that's why I play the Triple Solemn Strikes and then the one Imperial Order to help me go first sometimes. And then lastly, we play the Triple Red Reboot to prevent those trap cards from activating, just ensuring OTKs. So that is it for the side deck, and now moving on to the extra deck. We play a double Funnel Sigma. It's your towers of the deck, so if it's in the extra monster zone, it's unaffected by any other card effects besides Mathmech. And also if it's in the extra monster zone, it deals double damage. If this card were to be sent by battle or card effect, you can add any Mathmech card from your deck to your hand. So that's pretty good. It's level 12. It's really easy to make, and it's really easy to OTK with this card, especially if you combo it off with Nabla and Multiplication. Next we play one Magma. Magma, if it destroys a monster by battle after damage calculation, you can destroy 2 cards from outside the field. And if this card were to be destroyed by battle card effect, you can add a spell or trap Mathmech card from your deck to your hand. So that's pretty good. It's also a tuner, so you can sync into this guy. So that's pretty cool. Next we play the one Alum Bertion. You only need to play one, not two. More than 2 copies is not necessary. So pretty much, if it has 2 materials, you can search any Mathmech card. If it has 3 materials, you can search any level 4 or less monster. And if it has 4 materials, you can search any spell or trap. So that's pretty cool, but we mainly use this first effect to where you search your Mathmech card. Usually when you go first, or when your opponent makes you go first, you search the Super Factorial. And then you can go into either your Final Sigma or this next card, the Laplacian. It's pretty much your Trishula, and you need 3 materials to make this card, and on summon you can use all 3 effects to where you can send one monster from your opponent's side of the field to the graveyard, a spell trap, and 1 card from your opponent's hand. So it gets rid of cards like Colossus and just gets rid of problematic cards. So that's why I played 2 of it for grinding games especially. Next for the Balancer Lord combo, we played the Cyber's Wicked, the Link Disciple, the Link DVOT, and the Link Karibo. I'll put this in the bottom. But, so the Cyber's Wicked, so the combo is you use Balancer Lord, normal summon any Mathmech card, doesn't matter what it is, link off the Balancer Lord for Link Disciple, and then put Link DVT underneath the Link Disciple with the other Cyber's card. So now you use Link Disciple's effect, tribute this off, draw a card, and place 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck, and then this card's effect will activate. It'll spawn 2 tokens, and then you'll use one of the tokens of Link Disciple to make Cyber's Wicked, and then the last token you're going to use to make Link Karibo. Cyber's Wicked's effect triggers. You banish your Balancer Lord from your graveyard, search your Nabla. And so Nabla will be immediately special summoned because of Balancer Lord's effect being banished. And then you use the Balancer Lord, tribute the Link Karibo, summon the Division tribute this to potentially summon 1 Mathmech card from your hand and from your graveyard. And that is full combo right there. Next we play 1 Nightmare Phoenix and then the 1 Unicorn. To get rid of problematic cards. And then last, my favorite package for going first is the IP Masquerena, the Mech Knight Avermax, and then the Underclock. So usually if I have 4 monsters, going first, I would make IP Masquerena and then put Underclock underneath it because you're locked into Cybers. During your post main phase, go into Avermax, and this card is nearly indestructible. So it's an excellent stall card and can just outright just win games. So that is it for the deck profile, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or anything like that, please post it down below in the video. I try my very best to respond to every single comment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have a nice day.